We're gonna get notifications live. Let's see what's on. Who's the first one? Liban Youssef. Who was the first one on? Maybe because they're not used to us getting on a little early.
8:25. You rock the nation.
Rock the nation.
No. Like my mamba.
I thought it was the Cobra from.
I don't know how to do
from Santino Marella in WWE. He showed up.
No idea what that is.
It's okay. You know who won the Royal Rumble yesterday, Steve?
No idea.
Greg the Hammer Valentine and the Honky Tonk Man. That's my team. Let's put you back.
Liban
Youssef.
Yeah,
yes.
we're just talking about you.
We're saying you're always the first one. Maritz. Yes. Buonasera. That's for Kobe. We're gonna have a little tribute to Kobe, obviously. Pasquale, buonasera. Buonasera. Alessandro, buonasera. Michael, buonasera.
Adriano.
Forza Milan, rest in peace. Yeah, uno di noi sempre. We're going to talk about it, Frank. I saw the messages. We're going to go through all the questions, everything today.
Let's go.
So some people are ready, guys. We need to let the people come on. It's. But we have a little special show for you guys.
Iran.
Huh?
Iran.
Ciao, boys. I think it's the first time we see.
Beautiful. I never saw Iran.
Yeah, let's go, Jason. Iran, where are you from, Aaron? Maybe we discussed another part in the world. Pasquale, always intermerda, obviously intermerda Pasquale. Minchia, Adrian is complimenting you on the haircut. He knows about you got the shtick.
He knows.
Nice. I'm the dude from Finland.
Finland, yes, Iran.
All right, so
Saku
Koivu. Steve, you know what? Everybody's pumped. We got 13 viewers already. People could always rewind the live video YouTube feed. So let's get the show on the road because we have lots to talk about. Are you on silent? Everybody's good?
My phone stays the way it is.
All right.
Sempre AC Milan. Sempre sangue rosso-nero. Rosso-nero. Puro rosso-nero io. Bellissima, è sempre stato un sogno per me venire qua quando ero piccolo, sai che ero un grande tifoso dell'AC Milan, essere qua è un grande onore per me. Quando ero piccolo, guardando Gullit, Rijkaard, Van Basten, Maldini, è sempre stato un sogno per me, era sempre la mia squadra favorita. Certamente, sempre nel cuore. Guarda, nel mio spogliatoio in Los Angeles ho una maglietta AC Milan, ho una scarpa AC Milan che lo metto dentro il mio spogliatoio e lo vedo ogni giorno. Vincere il campionato, sempre scudetto, sempre cavetto. L'unica cosa che è importante quando giochi non è per una cosa che sono individuale o cosa così, è sempre il campionato, l'unica cosa che è importante.
L'unica cosa che è importante, cari amici sportivi, welcome yet to another edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast. Black Mamba, Stevie P, Vinny T, always faithfully here talking everything Milan. 4 wins in a row, Milan. Held the 6th place for a day, Milan. And where we're not professionals,
nor do we pretend to be.
Guys, we wanted to start off with a little shout outs to icon legend Kobe Bryant. Very sorry from all the Milan world. Milan was one of the first pages to reach out. As you guys all know, Kobe was uno di noi, Milanista's heart. Spoke Italian every time he had the opportunity. Just a sad story, but it's all about looking at the great moments of him, but seeing those videos of what we played this, like it just makes you feel more of a Milanista, right?
All kinds of, not only Milanese, just him repping Italy, the country itself, showing up on videos where he's with the fantastic Italian DJs and going through his life growing up in Italy because his father played basketball in Italy. So learning Italian, teaching Italian to his girls, also
they all have Italian names, the girls,
speaking Italian with his older sisters. It was nice that he kept that tradition, and I hope
they can find peace and happiness, and because nobody can tell them I know how you feel. But our hearts out to the Kobe Bryant family, del Rossonero, and I love that. What was it? Maybe a couple of months ago, not even, where he's like, if you cut my left arm, you'll have red and black blood, and on my right arm is purple and gold. So rest in peace to you, Kobe. And I gotta share, for me, it was the best story. I don't know if you remember, Steve, back in the 90s, they had "This is my house." This was their slogan, and everybody was doing the commercials in different languages. And Kobe was there, and he's like, "Questa è mia casa." And I remember my father, "Ma che sta Italiano?" I was trying to say, "Papa, he's not really Italian." Vuol dire che Italiano. He must be a good basketball player because he speaks Italian. That's my story about Kobe. But let's go with some happy news, Steve. Milan, 4 wins in a row, counting Coppa Italia. We got Coppa Italia tomorrow against Torino. You know what? We'll be the first ones to say a very ugly 3 points the last game. But in the end, in the record book, Steve, what is it going to say? Is it going to say an ugly 3 points? 3 points. Instead of 3 points. And, today, guys, we have questions from Instagram. We have questions from Facebook. We have questions from Twitter. Presidente, we're going to have to tell him that we might have to cut into his presidential points. But before we get into that, Steve, Presidente was having quite the week. Yes. It's the last week of Mercato. A lot of rumors. He's got to manage the WhatsApp group for the admins. Yeah. He's talking to Fondazione Milan. Yeah. He's doing our group there. But this week, I believe, you told me that Presidente got inspired this week. So without further ado, for our viewers' pleasure and our listeners' pleasure, can you please put us in perspective? Paint us a picture on how these presidential points came to be. Guys, Presidente was inspired and he wanted to spend money, but he's not spending his money. So Presidente took a trip to the bank. As he opens the door to his local branch in
From
his
1978 Monte Carlo.
Of course. The song is magically playing in the back, guys. Exactly this. The return of the match. Marcello walking. All the cashiers, they see his fantastic chiseled body. And that 75-year-old lady who's still working at the cash throws her hair back. Prossimo, next. Presidente walks in with a valigia, his luggage, baby blue leather, not crocodile, leather, ladies and gentlemen, filled with absolutely nothing. Presidente is here for some business, ladies and gentlemen. So he says to the lady across, her name is Carmelita. Carmelita, I would like to speak to your manager. What does he have to speak to the manager for? This is him in his regular voice. Okay. And then she was a little bit perplexed and said, Mr. Marcello, are you okay? I need to speak to your manager. It's very important. Speaks to the manager, Federico. Very nice gentleman. Federico sits Marcello down and says, how can I help you, Mr. Marcello? I would like to take a loan for $1.8 million. Okay. I would like this $1.8 million to be given to me in small bills for 18 months with the option to pay you back. So that's right, Federico. It's not for sure that I'm paying you back. I have an option to pay you back. 18 months. Sir, what are you going to do with this $1.8 million? A Jardine. I need to do a Jardine. I'm missing a little bit of space for the onions and the garlic, Federico. So he gave him diritto di riscatto. Diritto, not obbligo. So Presidente took the Mercato Madness and he took it to the bank. So guys, let us know if your local branch would be able to give you the option to pay back. Option to pay back. The option to pay back. Guys, it's been quite the week for Milan. Like I said, we do have a lot of questions to go through. I will start off by going with our friend Colin. Colin, always there, faithfully sending us the message. He was actually at the game, and he just said, great weekend, guys. Brescia game wasn't great by any means, but a win is a win, and we came home with the 3 points. Great trip with the Curva Sud and Gemalaggio party after. We went to Parma for a game yesterday and got into Curva Nord. Tardini is nice, but no San Siro. And Parma, Curva Nord have nothing on Curva Sud. Thank God the other results went the other way too. I'm at Linate, still wrecked, so this is short. This is Colin saying I'm a little wasted.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to send you my shout out.
I wanted to get this into the show before I pass out.
And love all the different types of questions that we got. And I want to give a shout out to Almiro Delgado. He's sending us questions from the Netherlands. Almiro, we're going to get to your questions, but because we can't take away the thunder from a Presidente's presidential points. And I know everybody's on there on YouTube. And Steve, who do you think won the Royal Rumble yesterday?
I have absolutely no idea.
The Honky Tonk Man. The Honky Tonk Man won the Royal Rumble. Presidential point number 1. Samu Yellow. Rebic scores a last-minute winner, and the fans go absolutely nuts at San Siro. Casillo runs from the bench with his...
What are you doing?
What am I saying? This is the... I got the wrong presidential points, guys. I got the wrong presidential points.
First time, guys.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Woo! President is gonna go to school on you.
President. Can you exit? Paquetá, chapter number 1. Paquetá. Paquetá did not travel with the team to Brescia as he apparently asked Pioli to be left out of the call-up list. Question: what bothers you more, the fact that Paquetá was acting selfish, or the reason why he didn't go was leaked to the media?
This is a social media. This should be a social media course in university.
Steve,
this is asking for problems.
But who was it that tweeted it? And I believe you retweeted it to say, here's the difference between the football of old, where old players back in the day would fight to go, oh yeah, you wanted my position? I'm going to show you. Now all of a sudden they don't have a position. C'ho malo di pancia. I want to go home. Do we have to accept this? That this day and age is, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. And it's very hard. It's very hard because things like this probably got leaked, but probably ended up on a newspaper that maybe a handful of people would have been able to read and capture. Now it's at your fingertips, right? So is he not being called up because he had a panic attack and he's not dealing well with life in Italy? He has some sort of probably mental illness that is hurting him, or is that causing him serious problems? I'm sympathetic to that, but I don't want to go to that.
No,
I want to go to, you want to play for Milan, you're going to have to fight for your place, and that stops. If he's not well, if he's injured, he doesn't want to travel, okay. If he doesn't want to travel because he's looking for, you know what? You could take both sides. You could say, oh, am I being unsensitive and not thinking that he might have something actually wrong with him and that they're gonna catch him? And then at the end of the Mercato, he's gonna go out to PSG or the swap Bernardeschi and Paquetá that we're gonna talk about after. And then after everybody's gonna laugh in our faces, right? So I stick to talking about soccer. The soccer way is travel. Travel with the team. You don't play, it's fine. But travel. It's going to avoid everything. It's going to avoid all the problems. It's going to avoid. You want to be a professional. You think Steve, Rebic didn't want to get back on the pitch? You think Piantek doesn't want to get on the pitch?
Are you with me that what we've seen from Paquetá has not been the worst?
No,
do you agree with me?
It's not the worst.
So do you agree with me that something is being held from us from Paquetá? Because it doesn't make any sense for him to not even get a sub on in the last couple of games.
There's something. I understand.
Something's not being said.
We talked about it last week. If you're going to get time, and I hope tomorrow he does get time, whether he's being transferred or not, at a certain point, you have to perform.
Let's talk about it now. Bernardeschi for fucking Paquetá?
Absolutely not. I do not want a Juve player on this Milan team again.
And for you guys that say I would be open for that, what do you think is going to happen in 6 months, guys? You think Juventus is going to keep Paquetá?
He's going to say, I'm not feeling, Bernardeschi's not going to be feeling well anymore. The water in Milan was too strong for him. Send me back to Torino where I could win a Scudetto by sitting on the bench and doing absolutely nothing.
You know what would happen, Steve? Paquetá would be loaned back, sent back to Milan. We would have to sell him for peanuts, and Bernardeschi would say "Ciormale di pancia," and we would end up with absolutely nothing. No. So
Vince Mancini sends. I think he's not settling well. Vince, if that's the case, let's take away possible actual disease or condition that he may or may not have. Let's take that out of the way. Settling in the year 2020 is an absolutely different ball game than settling when we were in the 1990s.
Yeah,
Brazilians came from everywhere. Not only Brazilians, from all across South America, they traveled to Serie A to play for Serie A clubs. No FaceTime. Absolutely minimal conversations over the phone. No internet. Now, in the year 2020, if he's not settling well, he makes enough money. He makes enough money to fly his whole family here if he wants. He makes enough money to have a decent cell phone plan where he can probably stay on FaceTime or whatever he uses to voice chat or voice talk with his family 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So the not settling well, don't tell me the Brazilian food is better than Italian food.
David, you're saying you forget Inzaghi came from Juve.
I don't want any more. Inzaghi was a freak of nature. That was a gift. Do not compare Inzaghi to any of the garbage that we received from Juve the past 3 years. Bonucci, garbage. Higuain, garbage. Matri, garbage. Garbage. It's enough. No more Juve players on my Milan. Punte basta. Maldini, Boban, people, send them this.
We forgot about Caldara, as Facebook Frank is mentioning.
Caldara, no more, guys. No more. I do not want.
At this point, bring up Daniel Maldini. At this point,
it's the infestation. It's Juve doesn't want him. We want to take him. Why would I give them a potential diamond in the rough for a guy who has not been producing for them? Absolutely not. Does he? Absolutely not. He cannot win a starting role for Juve. Why do I want him?
Exactly. Presidente, you gave us 3 points, but we're going to go through 2 of them because there were so many questions. So next week, even just give us 1 question because we're going to be good.
No, continue giving us questions.
Chapter 2, Mercato stall. With 5 days left in the Mercato, Milan has yet to acquire an impact player to reinforce the squad. Given we are off to a good start so far in 2020, would you rather play it safe and not ruin the current chemistry by not bringing anybody else? Just focus on selling, or do you feel the team really could use a major reinforcement, even if it may be risky?
Guys, you wanna take a next step. You want to take a good direction to this to whatever this plan is, which I'm still not 100% sure what this plan is. And I saw some Twitter questions and some Instagram questions about this, but I'm gonna spoil it and I'm gonna say it now. The winter mercato should have been used as the pre-season to the summer mercato. I'm gonna say it again. It's 3 weeks in a row I've been saying it. And I'm going to say it even when the Mercato closes and we did absolutely nothing. And in the summer, we're still buying players late into the summer Mercato where we cannot integrate them on time. Is this reminding you of something?
Yeah.
What we just passed this year.
Nicolor 88. We should have brought Ezequiel Palacios instead of Paquetá. Much better player, but too late now. He's gone to Bayern Leverkusen. I don't know if Nicolor maybe is Brazilian. Let us know where you're from because we've never seen you there before. But in the end, I just think that Paquetá. I'll be honest, Steve. Paquetá, I've never given up on him. To me, it's
I'm not giving up on him either.
I still feel that he hasn't got the chance, but something. They're not telling us something.
Yeah, something's happening there that they're not telling us because he hasn't been worse than Çalhanoğlu, and Çalhanoğlu seems to find the field. Yeah, he loses the ball when he tries his fancy fantasia tricks, but Çalhanoğlu is not even trying one of those tricks, and he still loses the ball. Against Brescia, he was terrible. People are going to say, what a ball by Hakan to Zlatan. Zlatan to the middle, Rebic scores. Guys, come on. Come on, he's the number 10 of Milan.
Let's be honest, guys. You watched that game, you didn't notice Çalhanoğlu for the first 25 minutes of that game, right? And I still don't understand why Rebic didn't start. Maybe he thinks of him as a super sub. But you know what? It's time. Let's go ask Tommy what he thinks about this whole situation. Let's go.
Gigi La Patat, your wish list is not happening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Buonasera, Mr. Tommy. How are you?
Very good, guys. How are you guys?
We're very good. We were just discussing that we don't want no more Juventus players, this Bernardeschi.
La Juventus se deve andare a fanculo con tutti questi bidoni che c'hanno. Keep your damn bidoni a casa. We don't need Juventini.
So you're not for the Bernardeschi and Paquetá swap?
No, not for bidoni. And what's gonna happen? You're gonna swap with Paquetá. L'anno prossimo in June, he's gonna start saying this year in June he's gonna start saying, "Oh, well, I don't mi fa male la gamba, fa male lo ginocchio, I don't feel like playing. Send me back to Juventus because I can't take the pressure." That's what's gonna happen. So Juventini, I don't want them. Keep them.
So Tommy, let me ask you something. Paquetá, have you given up on him? Do you think we're giving up on him too?
Paquetá, the only problem we have is che stu stronzo di Pio. That's the only problem. Because Paquetá goes to PSG or any good team, Paquetá will do amazing. But because we have Miranda of coach Pioli, because believe me, Milan isn't winning because of him. If Milan is winning, it's because of Ibra. Because I think Ibra is the one that's teaming up the team, that's forcing the team up, not him. If it was him, we would still be in 13th or 14th spot with Pioli. So that's beside the point. If Paquetá goes to a team that is going to start him, is going to play, this guy could be good. But unfortunately, we have a Bashir coach, which that's it. Probably has something going on between him. That's it. Because how the hell could you still keep a cadaver like Çalhanoğlu on the field and Paquetá lo lasci in banchina?
I don't know.
This is something else.
But do you agree? We were talking, Tommy, that something's not being said. It doesn't make any sense that a guy like Paquetá, because
that's what I told you. That's exactly. I think he has a problem with Pioli.
He hasn't had a chance, right? He hasn't had a chance to play.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't give a guy, a person, a player, a chance to show what he could actually do, how could you say this guy is good and this guy is bad? You never played.
But here's a question, Tommy.
Although we did see him with Gattuso, and with Gattuso he was a good player.
But here's a question, Tommy. I think we agree on the fact that Ibrahimovic has been a great influence, whether it be on the players and on the allenamento, right? If Ibrahimovic saw something in Paquetá, do you not think he would have been able to sway Pioli's decision? I think maybe it's Paquetá the problem. Maybe his mind is not there. I don't know. I really don't know.
Maybe he doesn't like it. They just don't like each other.
That could
because believe me, se qualcuno ti sta sopra le palle, no matter if anybody comes and tells you, you're still gonna look at it eye besides crooked.
That's true. But Tommy,
no matter what, that's the matter of fact of the thing. Now we got to a good spot that we could, I'm not gonna say we're gonna make Champions League. I'm not gonna say we're gonna make Europa League. It's still too early for that. But it seems like the machine is starting to move.
Starting to move. But Tommy, do you? Are we gonna see you on maybe Sunday 9 a.m.? How's the kid? Did he start saying Forza Milan yet?
I'm probably gonna be there. The kid is doing fine actually. The kid hasn't been bothering us at all.
Very good.
The kid has been a good kid.
Fantastic. And as long as he's saying Forza Milan.
Non ti preoccupare, bambino, dice Forza Milan e Juve merda.
There we go. And because everybody on YouTube is waiting, Tommy, who do you have for us this week in cadaver history?
We have this guy on terzino sinistra. It was a left back that came from 2011, from l'Olympique de Marseille. Un bidone dei bidoni, this guy. 4 presenze. His name is Taiwo. This guy, non lo so come cazzo il Milan ha fatto a combattere per this guy. Era stato un cadavere dei cadaveri.
He's bad.
4 presenze, my friend. $8 million to get this guy. 4 presenze. And in 2013, he got sold.
He was,
and they lost money because they sold them for $3 million.
It was pretty, yeah, it was pretty bad. Taiwo, yeah. Thank you to Tommy to reminding us about these bidones and these cadavers.
Kumbarachichi from New York, you guessed it,
Taiwo, yeah. So everybody's having a good time at your comments. Everybody's commenting on YouTube.
But I want to ask Steve a question this week.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mr. Steve, good evening to you as well. I want to know one thing, Mr. Steve. Come vedi il Milan adesso? You think we're going to have a chance in Champions League or Europa League? What do you think?
For me, Tommy, it's I'm really disappointed in Maldini and Boban. I thought that they were gonna be able to make a little bit more of an impact this winter Mercato there, but we're like one injury away from falling down the rabbit hole again. So I'm not saying Champions League. I'm not saying Europa League. What I have liked them to do is invest in some experience and some youth. They needed at least 2. There's still time. That we have till the 31st.
But there's hardly any time.
But there's hardly any time to make. And you know how Milan makes a soap opera of all these transfers. You know, like the Olmo transfer, that bothered me a lot. That was another Korea during the summer. But Tommy, we don't have enough. We don't have enough. We don't have enough with this team. We are playing teams like Udine and Brescia, and we're coming out with a result. So I'm happy about that. But the performance is very negative.
And if we face like a top 5 team, we're gonna get destroyed.
You know, and look, we have this week we have Torino, and we have a tough match against Hellas Verona.
Yes, we do.
And then Hellas Verona again, another trap game because the week after is Il Derby della Madonnina, where we are away.
And Inter not having great performances, 3 ties in a row. You know they're gonna come out swinging all the.
Well, hopefully they come out swinging this week and they lay a big fat egg against us. Because if we could take something, Mr. Tommy, and I know you're gonna agree with me, if we could take something from this year and bring home at least una vittoria and the Derby della Madonnina away to destroy their chances of a scudetto, I would be happy. I would be at peace. I wouldn't complain.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. I like that. But we still have 2 games before going through that. Tommy, thank you.
I know, but the only thing is that look, even us, we're trying to sell. Look, even the Rodriguez. I heard it's blocked. He will not leave. So
we'll
even
see.
on loans, what the problem is that even on loans, if you have trouble getting rid of your players, even on loans, you sta un cazzo di problema.
We'll see. We got 4 days left to the Mercato. We'll see where it goes from over there.
There's only one loan that I want to go through, Tommy. One loan. 18 mesi. 18 mesi. Suso a Sevilla con diritto di riscatto. And if we all pitch in, we'll pay that 25 million. Send them to Sevilla.
Obbligo di riscatto. Questa cosa deve andare a fanculo. Obbligo di riscatto.
Imagine Tommy is a directing direttore sportivo. But Tommy, thank you very much for joining us every single Monday here live.
Thank you very much, guys. The first time I always say it, I'll say it again. You guys are the best. This is the #1 podcast that everybody should listen. Tutti milanisti, they should listen to this podcast. And
even I think Abonanimo of Kobe used to listen to this podcast because he's a Milanese.
Exactly. Abonanimo too. Rest in may God have mercy on his soul.
Yes, sir. And to him and his daughter. Tommy, thank you very much. Buonasera. And salutatemi la famiglia.
Va bene, ragazzi.
Have a good night, Tommy. Ciao. Always a pleasure with Tommy.
Yeah.
He's keeping it in English, a bit of Italian.
I like that he noticed that I was on the show this week.
Oh yeah, he asked you a question. To Amiro Delgado on Facebook, our friends from the Netherlands, he's before he asks us 2 questions, like, by the way, guys, sincerely thank you. Y'all actually make me look forward to every Tuesday. You're very welcome. It means really, really a lot. He's like, so question number 1, might it not be a good idea to dry loan Piontek to a team as the Spurs? We don't know if Ibra will be here next season, and it'll be good for his market value if we decide to sell him anyway. This is a very good question for me, Steve. It's, do you think a loan?
What do you want to do?
He makes a point about Ibra,
Okay.
right? So he's saying, like, should we loan him out?
Loan out who?
Piontek. Instead of selling him.
No one's going to want to loan. No one's going to want to. People want to buy. Only Milan wants to loan.
But isn't there no team? But hold on a second. The Spurs, they know Harry Kane's going to come back, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they take a loan of 6 months?
Because they don't care about that 35 million, to be very honest with you. They don't care. 35 million is nothing. They want to buy. Because if they buy and he performs, they will sell for 70, 80. They are there to invest. They don't want to loan. This loan shit has to stop. I like the loan. I find it interesting. But now it's getting out of no. The other teams loan. Chelsea has half their team out on loan.
That's true. That's true.
You know, Barcelona loaning. Real Madrid loaning. They have to. These clubs are so rich. They accumulate so much talent. They need to make these kids play. Some will turn out. Some will not. They'll miss. They'll hit. Something has to happen. The Spurs, they don't care about that 35 million. They really don't. Because if they finish 4th, they're going to get 350 million.
So let me ask you something. If you get an option to buy at 30 million or just direct loan, you wouldn't take the loan?
If I'm the Spurs, no. They want to make money.
No, I'm asking you as Milan. You have a choice of selling him for, let's be honest, 25 million or the loan. That's it, just loan.
Just loan. But they have to pay me a loan. Well, Milan has to pay.
They gotta pay a salary, but would you take, thinking about Ibra, do you take that risk? Ibra might give you another year, the way he's been playing.
But the thing is that you have to decide if this player fits in your plan. We are not in a state where we can loan out players just for the fun of it. Do you want to be in Milan, sí or no? Paqueta, Piontek, Suso, Chanalobulu, do you want to play with Milan, yes or no? That's what we have to do. That's the conversations that Maldini, Boban, Masara, everybody has to have with these players. Do you want... Ibra said, I want to be at Milan. He came. Will he be here next year? I have absolutely no idea. I could bet you if he's healthy, he will be here. And I will bet you that Maldini and Boban will make sure that he's here.
Even asks, like, aren't we playing ourselves if we want to sell guys like Paqueta and Piontek and teams who are in better shape than us want to buy them? I can't understand it with the Paqueta situation now, but we weren't giving him any playing time, so we probably wanted to get rid of him anyway. You know, it's you're saying if we're gonna play ourselves, I don't know. It's hard to say because I think we're still being left in the dark about something.
Don't you feel like we don't have a plan? And we're going to be in the month of February. And still, these guys have no plan. I'm sorry, guys. Everybody on Twitter, I hear Maldini, Boban, Wonderstruck, Rebic, blah, 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 blah. Guys, it's more than 5 years that we've been going through this. The Primavera needs to be reinforced. The squad, La Rosa, needs to be reinforced. And we're going through Mercato, not reinforcing this Milan. I'm sorry, guys, but time and patience for me is running out with Maldini and Boban.
Hopefully, we don't get rid of them because they're Milan legends. Presidente sent us Instagram questions.
Whoa.
I even know we're on Instagram, but hey. Hi, guys. Here's some questions. Oh, sorry, that's the Presidente's message. From Vinsaro. Why is Kessie still playing? Are you serious?
because
Have
it's
you
the
not
only
seen him?
option on that right-hand side.
Have you not seen him on the 4-4-2
No, but
formation?
continue. I think I read this type of question too, and it comes up in one of the Twitter Ask Vinny and Steve questions.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're thinking that Kessie is some kind of magician through ball, fantasista,
no.
guys, you have the wrong player.
No.
You should put on some spectacles, go to Gracian Scaff, get yourself some contacts or glasses. This man is a tank. He recuperates balls. He gives them to players who are more adequately adapted and technical.
Would you say that if you compare him to Benacer, he's got more of an offensive side to Benacer? He's about the same, he doesn't get as many yellow cards as Benacer.
We don't need to. We don't need Kessie to be offensive. We need Kessie.
But Kessie could score, dude.
No, Kessie can't score. Kessie can't hit the side of a barn. Have you not seen the past 7 games? I've never seen someone miss the net from the 6-yard box. I don't want Kessie in the 6-yard box. I'd rather have Benacer in the 6-yard box.
That's true. Milan club member, our friend Abraham. Do you think it's better to keep Ricardo Rodriguez and to let him play on the right instead of Calabria and Conti?
Absolutely not.
I don't know about that.
Absolutely not.
I would say Rodriguez try to play on the left and give
Rodriguez too. Unfortunately, he fits into that mold as well. Look, he's getting beaten out by Theo Hernandez. It was a shock.
He played for his position.
Hernandez played and won that position, and he would have started this season if he didn't get hurt. So he won that position. It's up to Rodriguez to win it back. Now, guys, let's put everything into perspective here. Everybody's saying, I want to leave, I want to leave, I want to leave. There's a big, major reason why all the Europeans want to leave. They want to get on a team where they can play so that they can make their Euro team.
And you got to respect that.
And I respect that.
And Ricardo Rodriguez has never said anything bad. They never
But Ricardo Rodriguez is going to play on Switzerland. There's not 100 left backs at Switzerland.
Switzerland's not that bad, Steve.
Who are they going to put?
I'm sure they could find another left back. Right back.
Liechtensteiner. What's his name? Liechtensteiner. Listerine. Who are they going to put? There's not 10 million left backs in Switzerland.
The Pashtun fella. Any particular player you would like Milan to sign as the transfer window comes to a close? This question comes up every single week.
What do they want? What do they want?
Any particular player would like to...
Guys, we can't sign anybody. We tried. Boban went and sit down with his friend. A friend. He couldn't buy a player off his friend.
It's pretty bad, guys.
The problem is, people are going to say, yeah, Steve, but Dani Olmo, is he worth $50 million? How the fuck am I supposed to know if he's worth $50 million?
Haaland, well, how much was he worth?
Yeah.
What did he score? 9 goals in 2 games?
He has 9 goals in 2 games, and he played a total of 24 minutes. But the thing is, guys, if you identify a player and you want him, you're going to have to pay. Dani Olmo wanted to play.
And excuse me, Steve, forget you have to pay. If they don't want to come to Milan, you better push out even more cash.
But the thing is that this was a soap opera where it was pay me this amount, then the agent wants an amount, then the team wants an amount, then the sister wants an amount, the father, the mother, everybody wanted an amount. I get that the price gets too high, but then cut it there. Cut it there. Boban, if you're not happy anymore with what you're looking at in terms of number, and he's not that player that you want to invest, leave. It's over. Tell the press. Tell Gazzetta dello Sport. Non siamo interessati. I'm not interested anymore. Move on to someone else.
That's it.
We didn't move on to someone else.
Facebook fans were saying if we were going to pay tribute to the Black Mamba, obviously, yes. And Zalai 85 score prediction for tomorrow's game. The only thing that worries me it was a 7-0. I'm
not predicting anymore.
I'm not predicting anything, obviously, because for us, knowing that Torino just got shellacked 7-0. Anyways,
Coppa Italia game depends who he suits up. Depends who they suit up. Anybody could win. We're playing at home, right?
Yes, we are. Important
note, ladies and gentlemen. Milan is doing something fantastic to pay tribute to the Black Mamba tomorrow. I think they will play with a black armband.
They are. They were just, I think fans were calling for the 24th minute to be stopped and to have a minute of applause. Who knows? But they are playing with the black armband. Back to Twitter we go. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, YouTube.
Frank brings up a good point here.
Yes. Dinamo Zagreb is a is a mafia, Steve. They use Milan as a bargaining chip.
Well, Frank, to be very honest with you, Boban, it does. If you're bringing a high school kid or an elementary kid to a university class, then we have a big problem.
In the end, we took a chance. We
have a big problem. No, it cannot be. It cannot be that they're using Milan. Dinamo Zagreb cannot use Milan as a bargaining chip. And if we're too stupid to figure that out, maybe Boban.
Look, if Dani Olmo thought he would have a better career for himself at Red Bull Salzburg in Germany.
No, it's RP Lestring.
Red Bull
Lespring.
Red Bull Lespring.
Red Bull Lespring.
Leipzig or something.
He's a better career at Red Bull Lespring than Milan. Yeah, okay.
Guys, check out for those jerseys on Red Bull Lespring. Twitter, Trash Boat. You always like Trash Boat.
This guy is the best.
Thoughts of Kessi's growth as a player. Are you convinced that it's nothing there, that there's nothing there but promising runs and absolutely no end product? I don't like him at defensive midfielder either. All he does is escort players to the goal. Guys, where's this hate on that?
I don't get it.
I'm sorry. I know he hasn't played awesome. I know, like in the first half of the season, but since we did 4-4-2, can you complain about Kessie?
No, I can't.
Because what, you guys are expecting Kessie to go score goals?
Guys, there's mistakes all over the field.
Benacer's done a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Another yellow card, right? Are we trashing on Benacer?
It's a good yellow card.
It was a fantastic yellow card.
Good yellow card in theory because he'll miss Hellas Verona. He'll be available for the derby. Again, I'm saying that not overlooking Hellas Verona. I repeat, not overlooking Hellas Verona.
What was Lucas Billy on the bench?
Yeah.
Andre Milan fan. Hello, guys. Do you see any nationality preferences for some positions? Like I see wingers must be Europeans or Argentinian, but not Africans or Brazilians. Central defensive midfielders should be European either besides right back and left back. For me, better Brazilians or Africans. What about you? You know, Andre, he's from the Ukraine, Andre. I've never paid attention to nationality.
I have absolutely no attachment to the nationality of that player. I have a soft spot for young Italian.
Obviously, you know, we're
obviously I would like to
Andre, just like you're from Ukraine, you got the soft spot for Shevchenko. You know,
I have soft spot for young Italians that have potential. It seems like Milan, unfortunately, doesn't want to take the chance on them, just or not just. But I don't think there should be a preference on wingers being African or defenders being Italian, goalkeepers being Egyptian. I think if you can play the game for 90 minutes strong and you bleed those colors, you play on that team.
Ian Ferraro says, read my tweet below and let me know what percentage chance you give Milan of catching Roma and Atalanta for fourth. He says, on match day 17th, AC Milan were clobbered by Atalanta 5-0. After that round, Milan sat 14 points out of the final Champions League spot. Impossible to make Champions League after that, right? 4 matches later, after match day 21, Milan now sit 8 points out with 2 teams to catch. 16 matches to go.
8 points, guys.
Look, mathematically, Steve.
Mathematically, yes, but 8 points, guys, is 3 mistakes per team.
It's a lot, 8 points. You have to. You're not talking about. No, guys. Don't get me wrong. They're not Juventus. They're not. You know, it's not like they're gonna be winning, maybe losing 1 match out of 10. But guys, 8 points. Think about it. You need to win 3 games while they lose 3.
And your head-to-head with them is going to have to be a win, right?
Percentage-wise,
I think Roma in the
20%.
Roma we tied.
Yeah,
the first, but Atalanta where we lost 5-0 to them.
20% chance, 25%.
No,
not even
15%.
We don't want to jinx it. Our friend the snake, Francis. After watching Tonali a few times, I feel that Verratti was more impressive at the same age. I do not deny his quality, but he might not become the player that people make him out to be. How do you guys feel about him? I've seen him play. I've heard, all this stuff, Steve, but I don't see where they come up with this 50, 60 million. Because if we're going to start paying people on potential, we're just opening up a whole can of worms.
This is the English Premier League disease.
Go ahead.
Harry Maguire.
Who?
Center back for Manchester United.
Yes.
$80 million Maguire. Why? Because he is
potential.
English. This is, again, You want to pay for top Italian? You're going to have to pay. I've watched Tonali, and you know what, to be very honest with you, Verratti was very impressive at Pescara.
Mm-hmm.
Went to PSG, was impressive. Impressive also in the national team. But Francis, I think his career declined because he stayed on vacation at PSG.
Yeah.
So Tonali, if I'm his advisor or agent, PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester United, Manchester City are not the teams that I want to
take 30, 40 million and go to an Italian team and just develop.
Italian team, or you're looking at the Borussia Dortmunds of this world, where they continuously take talent and develop. But Tonali, I find, is different. I find Verratti more hard.
Mm-hmm.
Tonali a little bit softer.
Yeah. Which
I don't mind if you surround him with La Grinta to recuperate balls. That's the there. Verratti goes and get his own ball, which gets him into trouble from time to time. Tonali looks like he is happy getting the ball at his feet.
Steve, I have an announcement to make. I don't believe we ever had questions directly from the AC Milan Godfather.
Oh!
To AC Milan Sydney, the Godfather, thank you for reaching out to us. Guys, I think you should dedicate some time about Raiola. Oh, fuck yes, we will. A, his comments about the Brescia game. 2, Donnarumma contract renewal. 3, will we have another saga, as if we needed that? And 4, Maldini and Boban should spend more time buying players in the summer, not argue with Raiola. Raiola is asking for, I'm still waiting for the sorries from all the fans that trashed Donnarumma.
I'm sorry. Unpopular opinion, he's right.
I'm sorry to say, Steve, and it hurts me to say, I think he's right.
He's right.
I think he's right because
he's right. But his
the way the Mercato is going, he's right.
No. The question is there from the Godfather, but if you watch the interview, he says it. He's waiting for the apology from the Milan fans because, and there's a huge because, guys. Minacce di morte, death threats. We're going to kill you. We're going to blow up your car. We're going to blow up your house. We've reached to another level. Are they going to apologize? Probably not.
No.
So,
but the fact that Raiola likes to stir the pot, it doesn't, when it makes sense.
He stirs the pot for his client. He is there to do a job for his client, and that is to make the most money for his client and himself for every transfer. What's the next one?
He's saying we'll have another saga as if we needed that, and he's just saying Maldini and Boban should spend more time buying players in the summer, not argue with Raiola.
Guys, will we have another saga or not? Guys, if Donnarumma is La Bandiera, he's gonna take control this time.
Okay, so let's ask the YouTube guys right now, if looking at the salaries of the top 20 makers, and we had it in the club chat, right? If Gigio gets 10 million a year, can you get mad at that?
Yes.
Why would you get mad? Steve, how many times
invest $10 million in this day and age on your keeper? I'm sorry.
But he's making already 6.5, right?
Financial fair play. $10 million is $20 million. You guys have to remember that. 10 million is net. Not dirty.
But guys, Adrian's saying 6, but did you look at everybody's salaries?
Right now he makes about 6.
But if Higuain was making 7, De Ligt is making 8 million a year. He's 20 years old.
But that's a different position, Vince. Unfortunately, it's a different position. You can replace your goaler. Gigio's been fine.
So let me ask you this.
He's been fine.
How many times did Gigio save her fucking asses?
Guys, the clean sheet is he made saves against Brescia. But that's against Brescia, guys. Let's call a spade here. Is he a great keeper? Yes. Is he a generational keeper? We will see. Is he $10 million worth? No. I need to see you in Champions League. It's not his fault that we don't make it. I get it. But I still need to see you in Champions League.
Okay. I can respect that, Steve. I can respect that.
I still need to see you at a national team tournament. I want to see you on the biggest stage this summer at the Euros. I need to see you at the Euros. I need to see you at the Champions League.
And how you control the ball with your feet.
And that's another thing that I've been thinking about for the longest time.
What?
If Milan don't re-sign Donnarumma before the summer and he goes to the Euros, and hopefully for Italy, lights out, clean sheets, then you have 0 cards to play.
I don't think
This is the most important transfer for this winter Mercato and summer Mercato is not who we're bringing in. Is if your plan is to go with Gigio, sign him up.
Gigi Labatat says, why go abroad looking for young prospects that may or may not pan out when so many potential Italian players who are already playing at Serie A level can be available and are up for grabs? Castrovilli, Tonali, Chiesa. You know why, Gigi Labatat? Because they all want to play for Juventus. They all want to go ride the bench. They all want to just be in a winning team, and then they Germano di Pancia, and then this and that. It's like, and then you have teams like Juventus that take these players and go sell them, what, 2 years ago? 5 guys that we never fucking heard their names for 110 million.
Yeah.
Chapeau to Juventus for doing something like that. But if these players don't want to come to Milan, guys, we're not an attractive team right now in Italy, unfortunately. And Ibra might, okay, come out, because it was a great article about there's this woman that keeps on interviewing him from Sweden, and was saying we wanted him. I always saw him as like, you know what? Don't be that bad boy anymore. Be that teacher. Be that leader on the pitch. And you know what, guys?
Who is this lady?
I don't remember her name, but it's
we should not talk to this lady anymore.
Why?
I need Ibra to be a bad boy.
No, but don't you see
No, no lady, no offense, is gonna tell Ibra what he can or cannot do on the pitch.
She was saying not to. She goes, we always saw Ibra as saying like, don't be that bad boy all the time. Look at your leadership skills, right? Would he ever be a coach? No, 100%. But do you not see the way? Look how mad he got at himself for missing that sitter on that game.
Ibra needs to be Ibra. I don't need anybody getting in his ear to try to make him soft and stuff. No, we need grinta from him. He needs to show everybody that no one screws around with Milan. I don't need a teacher. Whatever he does outside of the camera, whatever he does with the players, you have to call them out. No.
He's like the Brock Lesnar of AC Milan.
Yes.
Adriano, the Calcio guys. Buonasera, Milan Weekly Pod. Do you guys think Milan, along with fans, would regret getting rid of Suso in January if they don't replace him and Samu's run of form dries up? What would be plan B in your opinion?
It's a good question.
It's a very good question.
I would see Krunic on that right-hand side, to be very honest with you.
Okay. I don't have a problem with that.
Suso, to be very honest with Adriano, it's more of a fact as if another guy who looks like he wants to find space on the Spanish team there, but whatever. We're not going to make any comments on that. If you want to leave and if you don't want to fight for your place, go play in the Spanish league. To lose against Barcelona and Real Madrid and finish 4th, 5th, or 6th. That's it.
39 guys. We're gonna crack 40 live viewers. We never cracked 40 live viewers. We're at 39 right now. You guys are awesome.
Make your mother.
You guys are awesome. Gino Farino, we'll miss this podcast tonight due to work. My question is, do we have a chance at Champions League relying on Donnarumma? Are our strikers really cursed? Gino, have faith. We're going to get there. I'm not saying about Champions League, but do we have relying on Donnarumma? For now, we are relying on Donnarumma. And because if Leao or Ibrahimovic get some sort of hurt, we need those strikers, right? What else do we have here? Joseph Baccialieri. Would you be okay with Milan selling Donnarumma for a huge price tag and then upgrading 3 or 4 positions on the current roster? Guys, we're discussing about that, and Steve, what's your number for Donnarumma?
Look, guys, I saw on the YouTube chat, everybody, I think it was Chicha the New York was saying if he has a great tournament, sell him for a shitload of cash. I get it. The thing is that once we reach the summer, if I'm not mistaken, he has 6 months left.
Yes.
Up until January. No one in their right mind will give us the money that we want. Because and my number is 80.
80 is reasonable.
It was 70. Now it's gone up to 80. My number is 80. And no one's going to give us 80 because they know that in 6 months, unless you're fucking Inter, because Inter just gave fucking Tottenham $25 million for someone who's going to be out of contract in a couple of months. How the hell does that happen? Only English Premier teams could do that. And what's going to happen to Milan? They're not going to sign him. We're going to be 6 months with Gigio at January. And what's going to happen? Someone's going to come in for free and say, we'll give you $10 million. Give us your best talent that you've had in the past 10 years.
But Gigio, I think at 80, people would be disappointed, but I don't think anybody would be mad at 80.
Guys, at $80 million, you correct a lot of problems.
Let's put it this way, Steve. Giuseppe Reina is coming. He's on loan, right? So even if we needed him for 1 year, just to in transition,
come back. We're seeing Plizzari on the bench.
Yeah,
guys, it's time to move on. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, maybe the timing is not right for Donnarumma to have La Bandiera career with Milan. The only place that I don't want to see this guy go is Juve. Or any other Italian team.
Seb from Oslo. What formation is the alternative to the 4-4-2? Even 4-2-3-1 feels like it's not getting the best out of our attackers. Also, is it a mistake letting Piontek go? Please unpack this. Steve, what is the alternative to our 4-4-2? The way we've been playing in the last 4 games. That's a good question. Would you go 4-3-2-1?
You have no choice. That's what they're playing.
Or 4-3-1-2?
It's like a 3-5-2. Guys, we have to flood the midfield. That's what we have to do. We get outrun in the midfield. The more players we have in the midfield, the more success.
So why haven't we tried the 3-5-2?
Because we don't have 3 center backs.
If Duarte was good,
I still think they wouldn't try. We don't have 3 pure center backs. We have 1. Can't you see the revolving door next to Romagnoli? Kajar.
Caher.
Musacchio.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Come on.
By the way, before we Zvanko, I don't know if you guys had a chance. I had a chance to interview the director of the Lord of Milan DVD. It was free to watch on Vimeo. I don't know if you guys had a chance. I think it was available until tonight. Fantastic documentary about Herbert Kelpin. If you guys want to check it out, Milanese More Worldwide was the last one. And shout out to Milan Club Hong Kong that reached out to us on Facebook. To Zvanko, if we are determined to go as cheap as possible and financially can compete to bring in the very best right now, why is it always players outside Italy and some Serie A scraps? Why not Serie B? There must be loads of young up-and-coming players out there.
It's easy.
That's a good question.
It's very easy. We have 0 scouting. I'm sorry, guys. We should be bringing in players. Okay, you're gonna say, oh, Leao. Yeah, guys, Leao. But Leao is a work in progress. We have scouts, but we have a fan base that has 0 patience. We have half an owner. I'm calling them half because they own us, but in the end, do they really want to own us?
Yeah, exactly. Chris Torano, our attacking play has improved since the 4-4-2 and Zlatan's return, but our defensive play has suffered even more. For me, the biggest culprit is Hakan not contributing enough on the left. Kessie also inconsistent. How does Pioli find a balance moving forward?
Okay. Let me, again, Steve I'm going to be Mr. Unpopular opinion tonight.
That's okay, Steve. It's okay.
On the left-hand side, Theo Hernandez, guys, has been great for us this year.
No
Offensively. Defensively, guys, all these people that are putting in, the Superman and the next $80 million left back, guys, he's got a lot of work to do. I don't know if you noticed, but The giveaways are becoming more and more frequent.
So do you go back to my hypothetical? Bring him into a winger?
No, we cannot play 3-5-2, Vince. Stop it. It's every week you say the same thing. Please.
All right, sorry. The Milan Guru. Good evening, gentlemen. How are my two favorite podcasters? Do you think the likes of Tobito, Kabak, Olmo are rejecting Milan's offer, or Milan aren't agreeing to terms set by agent clubs, etc.? Seems like a lot of talent seems to be choosing the Bundesliga. You know, T. Brony, he has a good question. Is it them refusing us, Steve? Or is it they're just going to the better opportunity?
The center back that went to Schalke, it's because he wanted just a dry loan. Milan did not want a dry loan. They wanted to be able to purchase him or have the obligation to purchase him. He didn't want. Boom. Next. Gonzo. Go to Schalke. I don't care. You're going to end up going back to Barcelona. You're not going to play. You're going to end up at Schalke again. Who's next over there on that list of players?
I was saying I was just saying Milan's Kabak, Tobito, Olmo. Tobito went to
Kabak. He another guy who went to to Schalke. I'm not going to spend $40 million on a center back that I never saw play, or that I've seen play for a bit and had flashes of. Look, Milan's stupid. We're not that stupid. Dani Olmo, that's the one that frustrates me, because if you identify,
nobody spoke about this guy before we spoke about him, right?
No, yes, in the summer he was there. He was there with the other Spanish under-21 that went to Arsenal from Real Madrid.
Yes,
with a dry loan. Arsenal took him on a dry loan. We wanted him, but we again wanted the option to buy. Real Madrid didn't want to give us that. It's okay. Go to Arsenal. It's fine. You'll end up back at Real Madrid. Probably won't play. End up back at Arsenal. What are you going to do? Guys, the transfer market is that. It takes two to dance. Two to tango. And now we're including three, because club, agent. Agents want money now. We're looking at fees of 14 million, 12 million. These guys are crazy. European soccer will suffer so much if they don't get this under control. The fees are ridiculous. In North American sports, it's a fixed percentage. Signed the contract, go. That's it.
Milan Mo, what do you think is the reason Rebic just did wake up now? He looked to have too much weight on and not have motivation at the beginning of the season. Would you play him as a starter in left midfield or next to Zlatan, or do you prefer him coming from the bench? It's a good question, Mo. I don't know what got him to start playing as a superstar now. If Rebic is going to be a super sub, I don't have a problem with him being a super sub. Now, I don't have a reason why he did not start.
I have a problem when he doesn't start, when he has a game like he had, and that's a bit people management from the management. Guys, the guy has a killer game, wins you a game, and then shows up to the field on game day or in practice whenever they deliver the lineup, and he gets sat on the bench again for Hakan Çalhanoğlu.
Did they make him play that they're trying to sell him?
Who?
Çalhanoğlu.
We're never going to sell him. We can't sell anybody. We've been trying to sell him for 4 Mercatos now. We never sold him. So give it up. Put him on the bench. When you don't play well, you sit on the bench. And, with Rebic waking up right now, maybe it was, maybe this guy just needed a bit of confidence. Maybe this confidence came from Ibra. I don't know.
Maybe.
But you know what? I'll take it. Because at this point in the season, we need all the luck we could get. If Ibra can jam some friggin' confidence into Hakan Çalhanoğlu, I would take that too. If he would turn around tomorrow and against Torino score 2 goals, Hellas Verona score a goal, and get the match winner against Inter, trust me, we would all forget about how bad Hakan Çalhanoğlu has played in the last 4 years.
That's true.
The likeliness of that happening is less than the chances we have to make Champions League, but we would forget.
Peter Bernardi, who I believe reached out to you on Twitter saying that he wanted to join the club just so he could be in the WhatsApp group. I believe good old Peter. But I like Peter. He's asked, I only seem to have jerseys of players that Milan sell. El Shaarawy, De Sciglio, Pato, and now looking like Suso. I'm willing to take one for the team. Who should I buy next? Hakan. Peter, my question to you, how in the fuck do you have a De Sciglio jersey? That's what I want to know. I tip my hat off to you because you're a Milan fan, but
I'm guilty of that too.
Well, who do you have?
I had a Deshirio jersey too, but I bought it for I bought it for Gianfranco when he turned 2.
So who should he buy next? Hakan.
If he wants to sell, yeah, it's Hakan.
Peter, get Hakan, and we'll get back to you on the Milan Club WhatsApp group. David Ricci, honestly, I love the fact that we're trying to sell Suso and Paquetá, 2 bums who, instead of working hard and fighting for a starting spot, cry and ask for transfer. Not real warriors. We're talking about that before, David. You're speaking our language. Alessio, swap Paquetá for Bernardeschi. Yes or no? Your grade for the Mercato so far. We said no to that. Our grade for the Mercato, for what Ibra has been. Hey, I'm sorry. Who would have thought 4 wins in a row after Mercato would have been Ibra or anybody else? It's an A.
Mercato D.
What?
It's D, Vince.
How the fuck is it D, Steve?
It's D. Vince.
Steve, you brought in, whether it be Ibra or anybody else, we have won 4 games in a row.
And if you still finish out of the Champions League, what do you get?
But right now, as we speak right now, you give it a D?
Why didn't right now?
You're giving it a D for maybe not making
No. I give it a D because they're not addressing what we need on this team to win now and in the future. That's a Mercato. You're looking at the Mercato through the eyes of a Milanista. 4 wins in a row.
Because we need the wins.
Terrible
right
performance against Udine. Terrible performance against Brescia. You want me to continue?
Did we not say at the beginning of this podcast, so whatever it was a bad performance, it's the 3 points at the end. In the end, what does the scorecard say?
Terrible sale of Caldara. Terrible sale of Rodriguez. Oh my God.
We didn't
going
sell
anywhere?
it.
We still didn't sell it. We're not going to sell Suso.
Can we settle on a B?
We're not going to sell Piantek, and we're not going to sell anybody else.
Can we settle on a B minus?
D. You're lucky I didn't give them F. I gave them a D because they got Ibra.
Guys.
Because if you wanted an A, or anything close to that, you had to take Ibra at the beginning of the year when you were supposed to take him.
David's asking us to fight. David, I was going to give him the flying elbow. I got in a roller rumble yesterday. I got a little excited.
Anybody who gets
40 live viewers. This is the first time, Steve. Thank you very much, guys. This is awesome. But we have finished the questions, and we do have our brioche. And Steve, your indigestion of the week.
Indigestion of the week is with Conte and his baby Lala attitude every time he doesn't win a game or doesn't get his
You're taking the words out of my... How is it a crisis at Inter that they've tied 3 games in a row? How's that a crisis?
It's not a crisis. He even got points.
44, Steve. 44.
He went on TV and cried about a game where he tied 1-1. And then the day after, he actually made up a point on Juve because Juve lost. Like, stop being a baby. You get whatever you want. You convince them to spend 25 million on Eriksen, who would be free at the end of the summer. Did he really need Eriksen to make that next step? I don't know. But you know what?
You got Victor Moses.
But he gets the players that he wants. If he wants Victor Moses, get Victor Moses. You want Ashley Young? You got Ashley Young. Why the fuck you would want those players is beyond me. But hey, I like the Eriksen signing. It seems like he's going to throw him in there, mixture Barella, Eriksen, and Sensi. That's a lot of people in that midfield now.
Yeah, it is.
Use your imagination on how he's going to fit them in. But stop crying like a baby. You're in second place, you wig-wearing Interista snake.
It was exactly Mike, because Conte, I just don't understand what the fuck he was complaining about. And Lautaro Martinez, everybody's like, Minga, hopefully he's going to be off for the Derby. No. Give me the best fucking Inter at the Derby. Because
he's out for the Derby.
Is it for sure?
Yes.
Okay. Brioche of the week, you feel the moment of the week?
Hold on, I'm adding to the indigestion. Ranocchia spitting.
Yeah, that was bad.
Disgusting.
How did he not
Disgusting Interista di merda, scramorza da morte.
Fuck you, Ranocchia. Ranocchia, fucking Interista da merda de Chicago. Feel good moment for me, Steve. I gotta say, you know what? My feel good moment for me is like, as you know, people were starting to tweet out about Kobe and everything. Milan was one of the first ones to tweet out, saying out about Kobe recognizing his love for Milan. I just love the fact that it made me feel good, like as a Milanista, to be to be one of the first organizations to actually tweet out about the thing and saying and supposedly hopefully tomorrow they're thinking about the
black armband.
The black armband.
I like also what Basketball Italy is doing, where they're taking a moment of silence in every game across every level, no matter which day for a week.
Yeah. So even though it's not soccer related. But that was our Brioshka of the week, guys. We've been on for over an hour. YouTube, stay tuned for the Milan Weekly Podcast,
also known as Steve uploading the files for Il Presidente.
Which files?
Well, that's what
you gotta upload the files. And guys, on a side note, if you weren't here at the beginning, please do not go to your local bank and ask us. Presidente would have asked this week, Steve, as a loan with a option to repay. Option to repay. Guys, we'll see you Sunday at Chocharo's, 9 a.m. Whoever Milan Club, Montreal fans, anybody out there, members or not, we shall be there. We have tomorrow's Coppa Italia game. Hopefully, Torino doesn't, wake up from a 7-0 loss.
We'll see.
In the end, ovunque sempre.
Forza Milan.
Ciao, guys. Guys, thank you very much, YouTube. Wow, it sounds very small maybe to the regular person, but holy shit, that 1.44 live viewers, Steve, that's awesome. And it's not like we're here to we're making money or anything like that, but it's kind of cool to go from oh my God, Steve, look at this week, we're at 23 live viewers, and all of a sudden we're over 30, and this time we're over 40.
100. I want hundreds. I want thousands.
Guys, Steve wants thousands of live viewers, but this is what
that's why we need to interview Milan Club Hong Kong.
Milan, you know what? Those are the kind of moments that makes me really cherish what we're doing. It's like Milan Club Hong Kong just sending us a Facebook message. Hey guys, love the show.
Here we have swap question. Piatek for Bakayoko.
Piatek for Bakayoko. Hold on a second. Would you?
It's fantasy manager stuff there, but.
Okay, money-wise, financially, will make sense, right? Is Bakayoko worth 30 million, Steve?
You have to see his salary. We don't know.
My problem is with Piatek get rid of him. If anybody of those guys get hurt, who do we have?
Not many people.
So that's right, you guys. We're talking about Piatek, get rid of Piatek, but if we get rid of Piatek, who's coming in, guys? If Leao gets hurt. Ibrahimovic is 38 years old. He's been playing fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but still, it's like, Almiro saying that to loan him out. You're saying you're not there for a loan.
No, I'm not there for a loan. The teams that they want to loan him out to are not there for a loan. They want to buy. They want to make money.
But if they want to buy, pay. If somebody offers you 35, you'll sell.
He's dirt cheap because his form's been terrible. It's very easy. It's not a complicated formula.
It's not a complicated formula. Guys, right now we're watching you live on the camera while Steve, I don't see what you guys are writing, anything like that. But once again, guys, we really appreciate you guys every single week watching live, seeing guys from whether it be Finland, whether it be from, we have India, we've had Indonesia the other time, we've had Trinidad and Tobago the other time, we've had El Salvador, we had Peru. Obviously United States, obviously Canada, guys. It's really humbling, and still 38-1. How about if Bernardeschi wasn't on Juve? Would you guys take him? Just curious.
The form at Fiorentina, yes. The form at Juve, no.
Guys,
not the Juve stuff. It's the form here, guys.
No, but since he got to Juventus, what has Bernardeschi's done?
Zero.
Played Coppa Italia.
Zero.
So again, why did Juve pay? Who was it in the Milan Club WhatsApp group that sent the top salaries and said, 17 out of 20 are Juventus, right? Yeah. And most of those players are bench players.
They're going for the payday.
But again, it's like if they can afford to pay those players, or whatever the case may be, it's like, well, Bernardeschi at Fiorentina, did they pay him 40 million, Steve? They did pay him.
I think 40 million. Yeah.
What has Bernardeschi's done? Played maybe a bit under Allegri. I think Allegri used to play him a little bit, right? How about Sadi saying I'm happy for the Napoli players, for them for winning?
He's just saying the truth. No, he said if you would have to lose a game, he would have rather lose against Napoli. Big shit. Everybody's crying. Juventini are crying. They're crying about a confidence. They're gonna win another Scudetto. They're still crying.
What does Pasquale say there? Pat, Juve buys guys to keep them away from other teams, and then the
100%.
That's not a way to say it. That's not a way to say it. Us, we stopped the live podcast, and we're still gaining viewers. But guys, Steve has a family. Steve's got 2 kids. He comes here. This is his therapy session. But guys, once again, it's truly humbling. Thank you so very much for just being here live on YouTube. Me and Steve, faithfully here. We wish we had more technology, somebody to answer your questions on YouTube, a better lighting, better this, but we're not professionals.
Nor do we pretend to be.
And we're going to keep it that way. And a shout out to the guy that tweeted out to David Amoyals, and he mentioned us in a tweet. I wish that you, and they mentioned us to be on the same podcast. He goes, I would actually pay 25 euros to hear this podcast.
25 euros. That's
and one guy goes, I would put that in to see you guys. And
Dave, I'm tired. I want to go home. That's why I'm not smiling. This guy keeps talking. Blah,
okay, guys. David, buonasera. Frank, Facebook, Frank.
Forza Milan,
Adriano, who's that?
Ending stream,
guys. Ovunque sempre.
Forza Milan.
Ciao.